Hi,
Oh, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, I happened to
I can,
open a few parts as I was walking through rooms, and I just started picking up a lot about you, and I figured I might as well invite myself since you're a projector. It's interesting because as um, Margot was telling Aika about you, um, I got the feeling that you were a projector, either a generator or a projector. And I gave Aika a heads up because she doesn't know much about human design, but I said, tell Julie that you're a manifesting generator. That'll give her a good idea about um, working together with her, what it's going to be like and everything. Um,
and it did.
yeah. And you know, what's funny. When I channel, I don't remember anything. My memory is really, really bad. But when I heard you talking about the personal story of yours where you had to eat meat, then it clicked in me. I remembered that uh, session with Margot. I had no idea who or what I was talking about, but I just think that's so cool that spirit works in that way, where it makes my job really interesting and fun because as I do it, I get amnesia, but when I see when people come back to me and they're like, "Hey, this happened and that happened, you said about this and all that," it's like a brand new experience for me. So just thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was life-changing for me. And when she said, he said, she, I thought, oh my gosh, he didn't know if I was a male or a woman. So that was really something that was really, I was feeling that I needed to go back to eating meat, but you pushed me into that. It was clarification for me.
It's so many things to say. What do I say? Well, life's a journey, isn't it? I mean, I was vegetarian myself years ago because I had autoimmune disease and all sorts of crazy stuff. Lyme was part of it for a good part of 13, 14 years. And all that time ago, I bought the Blood Eat for Your Blood Type book that you were referencing yesterday. I heard a little bit about that. And that's sort of, it's like little steps, and you never know where you're actually going to end up. You just have to commit to what's in front of you, even if it's wrong in the greater scheme of things, for the sake of stepping on that. Because a lot of times, we think we have the proper roadmap down, or it's supposed to go like this, it ought to go like that. And there's always valid reasons as to why we're compelled to do those things, or to be interested in these topics or these tools like human design as a tool. Um, but it's interesting in my experience, it's like it's never about like what we're doing. It's always about our commitment to it and how it'll bring us in the most peculiar places in life that maybe you never think you would be at. Like for you, another thing that clicked from hearing was about the aloe vera thing, because Margot's brought that up a couple of times. And when we work, I never get context. I would rather just work without notes, without anything, just going in it completely empty-headed so that what comes through isn't filtered. And
Mm.
um, I see your perspective on the management and how you are feeling really called to deviate from that. So,
Yeah.
um, I basically wanted to snag you on here because I want to offer you something and I want to invite you to something. Um, so, Ica can definitely help you. She's helped me. She's helped Margot. She helps other people. She's really good at the technical aspect of it. Because I can't stand the technological interface getting in the way of everything, and everything seems to be gate kept these days. So it's not it's more of a challenge to get an organic process going online because there is absolutely nothing organic about social media these days. Um, so she's really helpful with that. And with her being, I guess I can use this. I actually really like to use human design as a language, and I just appreciate that I can actually use it with you, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about because it comes up a lot. But it's like she is so good at figuring stuff out on the fly that she has no prior knowledge to. She can just extrapolate from the world a solution. So that's the sort of the positive side of Manny Gen's always trying to find a shortcut to things, always trying to be efficient with everything. And they're like the engineers of society. So that's like really, really great with Ica. But my guides kept poking at me. They're like, offer to work with Julie. And
Mm.
I don't really know much about you. I can feel into it a little bit, but I have a feeling that you could really benefit from getting some guidance on where your personal life is going and how your personal life and your path is relating to the external circumstances and what you have to navigate now. In a nutshell, it's kind of like how do you discern between, like, how do you figure out what you're going to do and equally what you're not going to do? I think that you could use some assistance with that because you're particularly sensitive and you have this goal in mind, but there are, how would I say this? There's like a smorgasbord of incentives that are in your periphery, and not all of them are aligned with what you align to. And well, I could say being a projector, it's going to be hard in general to discern that because on one hand, you're so eager just to be invited and just to be, given opportunities to connect with energy. But I think what's not always said a lot in general about projectors is that you guys really also need to work on what you say no to because you are so easily convinced and you're the easiest type to manipulate and basically gaslight. Um, and what's the word I'm
When you
trying?
say that, does that mean I do that or someone's doing that to me?
Oh, it's easy for you to get persuaded in things that won't benefit you. What's the word? Conditioned. You guys are the easiest to be socially conditioned.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
And you are absolutely correct, but I'm a little bit more, I'm very intuitive. I have the Gate 57 in a couple different channels, and I now trust what I think and I feel. And I used to not be good at that. And you are exactly right. In my younger years, I was exactly how you're describing me. But now I'm a little bit more discerned, like you said. But I'm still have that fiery feeling of, wanting to do it all, but can't. And I know I just came off of a real bad burnout because I was working so hard in my business to build, and the minute I ran out of the gates, and I've been running and running and running and running, and then, you know, it's sad to say, but it took me a long time to work my way out of what was done to me on stage publicly by this horrific human being and the person who sponsored me. Um, it's just I've made her a lot of money. Let's just put it that way. And she was very jealous of me in the beginning, and I never even thought anything of it. I just kept doing the telling the next person, going to the next meeting. I have a huge Amish community, and I couldn't do it by myself. So she got jealous because, Carrie, who is our upline, was helping me. And it's just, and she's a projector, okay? the person who sponsored me. So I kind of get where she's at, but she's never really worked through her shit.
Right?
Sorry.
No,
And
I get it.
um
There's there,
yeah,
there's a lot to say about it. It's like, what do I say? So, one of the best things and worst things about being a projector simultaneously is that you have a knack for recognizing patterns. So you can kind of feel and know to the fullest extent what society is actually doing and what's happening, and also what shouldn't be. So that's why you guys are naturally the best managers. But you also siphon the shit that comes with that because generators drive me crazy in general. Can you guess what I am, by the way? I think you might know.
you're a generator.
No, absolutely
Are
not.
you a generator? Oh, so you're a manifester.
I'm an emotional manifester. Um,
Yep.
most powerful. But it's challenging being a manifester in a projector's time because this really is the time for you guys because you're here to really show and mirror what humanity has culminated into. And the challenge for the generators is to kind of just take that wholesale um, and see it all at once. I'm talking like big
My
picture.
husband's a generator and he has to wind down. It could be 8 o'clock at night and he still has that static energy inside of him. He's got to go out and shovel or rake or, right now it's spring here. So he's burning the brush. He has to completely exhaust himself before he lays down.
Mm.
For a projector, I have to lay down before I go to bed and sleep, it's just interesting, and it was life changing for me when Karen Curry was at the time Curry, but she it was like she reached right through the phone and she was describing me completely to a T in 2012,
And
and I was hooked.
that's when human design found you.
Hmm.
I found it
Hmm.
at, when was it? It was early because I started getting into or getting back into esoteric stuff at around the time I was really starting to awaken back to my gifts because I'm a natural born psychic medium. So I tell people when I popped out of my mama, I was ready to go. And it was very difficult growing up because it seemed like no matter what I did or didn't do, no matter what I said or didn't say, I would always be wrong and be on the short end of someone's stick. So I learned to kind of be a wallflower, kind of be a people pleaser, just shut up and internalize my world until I hit a brick wall with that and got autoimmune disease. But at around that time, when there was no place left to kind of hide to or to, because I'm a 6'2" profile, very hermitage, just like Margot. So I relate to Margot a lot with that. Um,
A 6'4".
you are?
Hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Show people how it's done, lead by example, right? Um, so what am I trying to say here? Yeah, I feel that just to bring it back to that, I feel like I have something to offer you and it can help. And sort of a characteristic that usually comes about with working with me is that people discover things that they might not necessarily think is relevant when it is. And I get a lot of like, okay, we're going to start on one area of focus or of interest in your life. It could be like, where's the job going? How's the relationship going? Um, why am I experiencing this in on my path? What is it actually serving me? And as we do that, it'll pull and it'll be connected to something else on a string. And that will sort of like pop out because Margot first came to me for some certain reasons. I won't get too personal about it. She came to me for certain concerns, and those concerns bloomed into this giant flower of like, oh my gosh, okay, we're gonna, pretty soon the whole kitchen sink comes into the mix. And I don't know how long you've known Margot for. It seems like about 6 years or so as I say that. Maybe with that.
2018. Excuse me. This happened yesterday when I was on the Zoom with Ika. This is a projector thing, I think, too, is that I kind of lose my, I don't know, that doesn't normally happen to me. I lose my voice a little bit, but I've known Margot since 2018, and she's an amazing woman, and we have similar situations going on, and she's told me a lot, and I appreciate your respect for her and her privacy. That's wonderful. And she is a manifesting generator, and she can work until she's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she can get up at the crack of dawn and keep going. And
Mhm.
I'm jealous of that energy, but I can't do that. And I try, and then I burn out.
Piece of that. It's not what it's cracked up to. I'm the exact same way. I think we can really relate because we've got the sharpest. Well, I've got like that blunt aura, but you've got that arrow that just pierces like that.
I
Um,
have the gate 51. I have the gate 51 shock,
there you
and
go.
I don't do it. I'm really repressing that.
Well, just because it's gotten, maybe you have the wrong audience, but it's like what you just said relates so much to, as a segue to what I was kind of saying in the beginning. It's like, I think you could really use help whittling down what you don't need to focus on and look at what's more efficient about how you can make an efficient impact. And a lot of that ties into your personal stories. I'm picking up on, maybe something that you relate to with Margot, mother related issues growing up, learning about the empowerment of your own voice, of your own manifestation, as a more general sense, um, and being okay with people not being okay with you, because I think that is a-okay. I think that's actually, if you want to set a goalpost, if you want to visualize it, if you want to organize it um, in your mind, like you you want to get to a place where that's not going to affect you as much because you're streamlined and it's just not part of the process. So you can just kind of like leave it there. But for now, I feel like because so much is unknown to you, that it's easier for you to get caught up in on wild goose chases and on little side quests that lead to nowhere and amount to nothing eventually. Like the stupid drama with the so-called leaders of Alavea, for one, because I actually told Ika this when I got off the phone. I looked at her and I was like, Julie would make a better leader than those two clowns would. Especially the gentleman, because he's come up in a couple readings. I don't remember his name or whatever, but to me, it just seems like he is 100% invested in his own ego. He wants control. He doesn't
Yeah.
actually need healing. He doesn't want to heal the world. You do, though. I can feel that as in the quality of your words.
Right. And what really gets me about them is that everything I have done, I have personally have my touch on it and have earned it. These both, my sponsor, and we were previously in a different company, and she didn't do anything in that company, but I did. But we weren't. That's how we met, and we weren't even on teams, same teams. But it's Nancy and Joe, okay, and they have wrote on the shirt tails of everybody that has rose them that has done the business because they were positioned in the perfect spot, you know, and I'm not jealous of that. But what angers me is that they come off as leaders like they're the ones that got themselves where they are, and it's not. They're not leaders at by any means, and it just irks me. And they so when I was really running and gunning and moving up the channels, I mean, I went 40K in 7 months. That's huge. No one's done that. I remained at 20K, being paid at a 20K for it'll be 11 years in and out of 20K and 40K, which is
Yeah.
different bonuses. But anyways, I have done the work, and when I was doing and running and gunning and moving so fast like that, I was being recognized. And I'm a projector. I need to be recognized. But what I felt when I was being recognized by certain people, it was too much because I'm humble. And I'm a person who wants to take the focus on me, but not always on me. You know, I like the recognition, but when it's just so much and other people deserve to be recognized too. You see where I'm saying? It's just
Yeah. No, I get it.
yeah.
It sounds like a
Mhm.
problem. Uh,
A what?
sounds like a generator problem. But you're a
Mhm.
projector, it's in the name, right? I mean, they see what they put into it, especially if you're that mirror. And
Mhm.
the jealousy thing that you talk about, that has followed me I so 1,000% uh, I get what you mean with that. I've been through that myself. That's been one of my biggest frustrations is going to these so-called love and light communities and events and everything, and you see the darkest shit there. And to me, I also took the same, let them go in the corner. I don't care. Like, just stay out of my way. You can do your thing, just don't affect me, kind of a thing. But it could never stay that way. Because like the attention also comes on me too. I think that has a lot to do with the 6'2" or six whatever profile. I mean, we need to have attention put on us. People need to see us as a role model. It's literally what we are, what we're doing. But it's not really about us. It's not an ego thing. It's about what we're doing and why we're trying to get
Make
people.
the world a better place.
Yes, what we're trying to show, it's that raw passion. And it stirs up a lot of stuff with that. It stirs up the pot, and every ingredient you can possibly think of is in that pot. So it all rises to the surface. But then again, it goes back to what I was saying originally. It's like for you, it's about discerning. And yes, you've done a lot of work, but it would really, really help um, if you had someone in your corner, someone to help who's like you, Um, one of my, what would you call it? Like a saying or something when I first started doing this work. My main guy told me, write this down on your poster. And I was like, what is it? And he told me word for word. It says, Sky Chen, a psychic for psychics, a healer for healers. Because there are those of
Mm.
us who are on the front line, like you, and many other practitioners out there who are feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. And like, who takes care of you guys? Who's actually on your side? Because the more power and influence you get, it's pretty uniform, the harder it is to discern who's actually on your team, who actually aligns with the same values that you do and isn't just trying to mooch off of you, isn't trying to like siphon a little bit off for themselves. It's I'm not trying to be cynical about it, but it's just a matter of reality, It's just a matter of factness. And so that's essentially what motivated me to reach out to you and offer you like, what would you think of doing a session and seeing how it goes? I offer uh, a recording of the session, and if you, I've been starting to do this thing as of late um, just as a way to offer people a little bit easier onboarding. But and also because my guides were telling me to try this out. But I'm basically offering people half of the price if you agree to let us share some of the breakthroughs that happen in sessions because they've been really valuable to this work and to what I do um, in basically just showing people what it's about. Um, uh, Transitioning for myself, I'm still in the process of transitioning over to more of an online presence. Because basically for me, for about 6, 7 years, I went to lots and lots of in-person events. And what set me apart from other people and what everyone else was doing was they all have like their fancy setups, their, sparkly tablecloths. They've got the brochures. They're all standing up, waiting for people to come through. They give them the spiel. They give them the marketing, talk or whatever. And I would just sit there. I'd have a white tablecloth, like three stones that I just place around the center because it feels right, feels nice. And then I would do a simple blessing on my space and I would bubble it up too. I would just ask the universe, connect with me, all the people that are here to do the work, that want to beeline straight to the authenticity of what we're doing and who reciprocate with me. That's all I want. And anybody else who's not, let them be on their merry way, just to kind of like cut through it. And that's exactly what's been happening since I've been doing that. Um, just like showing people, like as soon as a person comes to the table, and then I do a reading for them or I do a healing with them, people are naturally gravitated to it because those of us who are sensitive, like us, we can feel what's going on. It's like, okay, this is not some sparkly, shiny, grab and get you kind of flashy thing. This is authenticity, real and raw right here, which is going to be this. This is a good message for you to hear too, by the way, because where we're headed from now into the future, there is going to be more and more and more of a demand, of a thirst, of a dying for the authentic and genuine, because it's getting crowded out by all this artificial crap. Not just with AI, not just with algorithms, but the intentions of people. Like nothing is, this has been a big qualm of mine for a couple of years now. It's just been so difficult, so challenging to, on one hand, get people's attention in a genuine way without grabbing at them on TikTok or being sparkly or flirtatious. This is maybe just me being a manifester and kind of like grunting about it too. Um, but I see where it's headed in maybe a bit longer of a run, but it seems like that timeline is shortening. And if I want to get specific, I get the feeling that in 18 months, people will wake up to a world feeling like, where the hell am I? This is total Twilight Zone. And where do I go that I can actually connect with people? Um,
So people like you, people like me being on the media, they know, like, and trust us. We will become that anchor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's going to be equally as important for us too to discern, i.e., cut or trim the fat and identify what's excess. I've been channeling and I'm getting it right now here with you too. Less is more. I've been getting that for like a year or so, and I'm
I
getting
agree.
less is more. So yeah, I could talk to you all day, and I would love to keep talking with you, but I got to get going. So let me know. Are you interested? Are you drawn to working with me as it pertains to kind of your goals? I know that you reached out to Aika. I know that she can really, really help you, but I couldn't
Yes.
help shake the feeling. It's like
I,
I think something is going to emerge with Julie that's going to just help everything. Because if I feel like if I help you, you're going to help like to the 10th power of people.
yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I do. Yeah. And I don't know what that looks like or how, what the cost is. I mean, how will you're gonna send me something or,
No. So I'll offer you this for now, steps, because what I offer can be lots of things. That's sort of been the challenge if you look at it in a traditional marketing sense, which is why every time I've worked with a traditional marketer, I like want to pull my hair out more than it's already getting lost. But uh, so how about this? Let's do a session. I have a couple of options. I just go by time. Um, so we can have a session. We'll just do channeling and we'll see what comes up. and that will kind of set the stage for what the map's going to look like. I already have kind of a feeling about where it's going to go, but it would be better to be in like an official session setting to where we record it. That's the other thing too, by the way. I record every session for people for two reasons. One, to uh, basically in a good faith effort show, hey, I'm a genuine psychic. I've got nothing to hide,
I
nothing.
think you just froze.
Oh, did I? Here, well, thaw me out. Thaw me out. We good now?
I lost you.
Oh, I'm here. I can still hear you. Give it a time. Oh,
I
oh.
just lost you for like 2 minutes, about a minute there. So I didn't hear a word you said after
So
you
here,
froze your screen.
am I freezing again?
No, not right now.
Okay. Yeah, that happens sometimes,
Yep.
especially when they get impassioned. Electronics goes wonky a little bit. It short circuits or something. No, knock on wood.
I agree.
So I'll offer you this. We'll do a session, and in that session, we'll kind of figure out what comes out. So you can prepare ahead of time and ask whatever most pertinent questions are on your mind right now. What your journey has been, I hear the past 2 years or so. There's been something really that you've been trying to focus on for the past 2 years, and you can be as specific or general as you want in your questions. It makes little difference to me. But I just go by time. So there's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour long. And the normal price is if you want the privacy, if you don't want me to use anything at all, 15 minutes is 325, 30 minutes is 550, and 60 minutes is 700. And if you do want to share any of the breakthroughs that come through, now, by the way, I don't share personal information, so I don't share like your name or any like sensitive information, anything like HIPAA or anything like that, um, at all. Just because people don't really care about that. They care about what they can see in the human experience and how they can relate to how it feels and what the story is for people. So that's what I try to focus on. And if you decide to help me out with that, I find that incredibly valuable. So I'm willing to cut those prices in half. It's a new thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can just text me the breakdown of the prices and then yes, you can. I'm always been a person of helping people. So yes, if my story can help someone, that's powerful to me, you know. It's
Awesome.
universal, right?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Help each other out. Well, cool. Yeah, so I'll text you that. And then you've got Venmo or Cash App.
I do.
Okay. So that should
Venmo, Venmo, Venmo.
Venmo's a lifesaver these days. I've been having issues with payment processors as of late. I'd used Stripe for years, but Stripe has been getting so uh it feels like they're strangling me in a variety
Mm.
of ways. So
Mm.
that could just be me. I don't know. I've maybe we can read on another time if you ever want to have like a friendly chat. I can share with you some of my chart if it tickles your fancy or if it happens.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that.
You gotta throw projectors information because you guys just like gobble that up. Because I remember when I first came onto Human Design, they were offering with the Jovian archive like a
Mm.
90% discount if you were a projector. And I was like, that's not fair. But then here I am. I never paid a penny into it, but I learned all of the stuff on my own as a manifester. So I was like, okay, where there's that. My manifester
Yeah.
just happened.
Yeah.
So
And you're a Libra too? Is that what I heard from
no,
Eka?
no, but that's it.
Oh, okay.
You pick up on that though, because in my Vedic chart, I'm a Libra moon and
Mm.
Aries sun. So I kind of feel like as I live in East Asia, some more of that Vedic chart kind of like shows itself a little bit. I'm a sun, moon,
Mhm.
Taurus, Scorpio.
Mm. I believe, well, my birthday is October 11th,
Mm.
64. And
Mm.
I was born at 5:51 p.m. So that's where my human design comes in. And I believe my Mercury's in Libra. Um,
Zykas.
I have a few if I had it here, I could show you, but I'll tell you the next time. But I have a Libra in a few places and Taurus. Chiron or not my MC, what is that? The where my business is, I'm in Capricorn at 0 degrees.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely see that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you're right. I temper my gifts.
Well,
I
we just got to get you to a place where you stop internalizing that shame that you feel. That's what I
Mhm.
my 2 cents in.
You're right.
And when we do our session, bring all of that info if you want. It'll be kind of fun for me because like everybody has the tools or the language that they're more receptive to. And you've got that brainy kind of aspect to you. It wouldn't surprise me if you had Aquarius somewhere in your chart too, like Mars. I've got
I
Mars.
do.
Do
I
you?
do. I think um I think my Mars is in Aquarius, or
Me too.
I have a lot of Virgo. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart.
I can tell.
Lots.
I don't even need to hear you say that to know that. I've got a Virgo South node, so I know what it's like to try and control everything. And when you lose your grip on what you think you had, it's like, ooh, um, you know, it can be a real double-edged sword. That's the thing. It's just trying to or figuring out what balance you have to find with that. So the rope that you use to climb the mountain doesn't also strangle you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've been doing my whole life.
Well, it's understandable.
Ma-
I'm already getting so much about your childhood and all of that. Let's schedule a time for you. What do you have next week? Let me see what I've got open. Um,
Well, my weeks are really recently, well, it'll be a year ago, my daughter says, "Mom, you just need to get out of the house." And you know, all my girls are in healthcare, and they said, "Go work for Visiting Angels," which is a caregiver. And I have the most beautiful souls. I have three women in my life that have just, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much they make my heart sing. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be a caregiver to people outside of my family, and I just love it. So I work about, I only wanted to work 14 hours a week, and now I've got three women, and I'm kind of like 32 hours a week. So I'm part time, but it varies, which is good for me because I'm a projector. So like on Mondays I work 10:30 to 5, and then on Tuesdays I work 3 to 5, only one person. And then Wednesdays I'm 7 a.m. to 11:30, and then noon to 2 p.m. So that's kind of a 2 day person. And then on Thursday I do overnight. So Thursdays are really open for me during the day.
okay.
And then I have Fridays pretty open except from 1 to 3.
Well,
And Saturday I'm busy.
that
So,
I always have like working here now, I've gotten used to the mental gymnastics it takes to instantly convert that into the time it would be here. Because it's kind of funny when daylight savings flips, it doesn't here. So it's like we got to go back. It's like currently now we are 13 hours ahead, but then in the fall, it's going to go back to 14 hours ahead. So actually, I have a
I'm
spot
8:41 a.m. right now. What are you?
9:41 p.m.
Okay.
So we're
Okay.
13 hours. But you said Thursday. I actually have a spot open this Thursday, not next.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So the 23rd.
so no, actually this week, the 16th. The 23rd,
Oh.
harder. It's harder on the 23rd, but this week, yeah, in a couple of days. In
So
about
I'm talking with Ika at 9 a.m.
right. So I could do that. Do you want to go before or after her? I actually have a 3 hour window in that around
I'd
that
like to go before or no, be after her.
after her. Okay. How long are
Yeah.
you with her for?
She didn't say, she just said 9 a.m. So I'm assuming it won't be that long.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we were gonna set up some of my passwords and TikTok and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So
I'm intuitively picking up it's going to take about 90 minutes for you guys. Hey, babe, Aika, when you meet with Julie, are you going to go for like an hour, hour and a half, maybe? I'm feeling like an hour and a half because, um, what was it? 2 hours? Okay. So you're meeting at 9 a.m. So that would be, okay. So it would have to be 11. Is that doable for you? Or are you going to have lunch? That's right towards the tail.
no, that's doable, but that's 11 o'clock for you at night. Are you okay?
Well, I work until 2 a.m. I've just gotten used to it. I'm actually a natural night owl. She's a morning person, so she's
I
going
am,
to that more. Your morning?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
function better in the morning.
Yeah, I get it. But she's like a true morning person. As soon as she wakes up, she's singing to the birds and she's dancing. And I'm like grumbling. I'm like, oh God. And then she's gotta, go get her coffee and she's really productive right away. And then she
Yeah.
has
I have my routine too. It's amazing because I wake up about 5:30 in the morning because I need to center myself. And then I get on YouTube and I listen to this Molly Shinner who plays this beautiful frequencies with tones and just I've been doing it for a year and then I do my reading for a year and I read the same books over and over. This is my second year and then I have my notes. So it's kind of crazy how I can see myself progressing with life that was not so nice with the people. And then now I'm kind of worked my way. It took me a while to work my way out of that. Um, but
patterns are good.
now I can see my notes. It's just crazy how I've kind of seen myself shifting. It's kind of like journaling, right?
Oh,
So
I mean that stuff is perfect for you guys. That would be a nightmare for me. It's like as in, manifestors do not box us, man. Like it's ironic too because I'm on the
you'll
spectrum.
wander off. You'll wander off in your mind. You'll wander off to the
Every
store and not even tell anybody. And, she's calling you going, where are you? Well, I just left the grocery store. Well, I needed a few things, that kind of stuff.
we get it. Well, we appreciate one another in that way because she's a manifesting generator. You were right on the money yesterday. I heard that part where it's like she was laughing because when we get on each other's nerves sometimes, because when we work, we're the same. We cannot be in the same room. I respect that now. We have to be in literally another room, and it's like, here's my bubble, ultra focus. And I'm Audi HD, so I'm neither autistic or ADHD. I'm some entirely different creature. So I'm very confused because it's like I have to have novelty within my own strange patterns. But those patterns aren't like from this time to this time to this time to this time. That stuff drives me bonkers. I can never do that. It's like working against the grain with me. So I have to have my own like internalized sense of time that I'm within for the complete freedom. And I actually work so well with that. When I'm unprepared as possible in working with clients, that's when we get the best material. When there's no preconceived notions, no framework for whatever, and it's like I can literally
Agenda.
yeah, well, it's like, but it's a gift and a curse too, because it's like I can see so many perspectives of people as a channeler, and I can see how it's going to work so well for you, and I love that for you. But it's been a challenge uh, incorporating my part with me as part of society so that people can understand I'm an oddball and like how I can best be fit when I'm not really supposed to fit. And people don't get that, especially
I
generators.
get
Yeah, sorry.
no, I get that. It's beautiful. We
Yeah.
need them all. We need those generators and we need the manifestors and the manifesting generators and the projectors and the reflectors,
Yeah.
which oh boy, that's a whole
My
different animal there.
my sister's a reflector.
Oh, my niece is a reflector.
They are so peculiar, aren't they? And I was just telling my wife about that after the call because I got in a like a I love to talk about human design, and I don't have many people these days that I can really like nerd out with about that. So I try to talk to her in a way that she'll understand it without getting too technical about it. But I was like, hey, Nikki, my sister, she's a reflector, and the weird thing about her is like whenever I'm hanging out with her, just me and her, it's so incredibly peaceful. It's like she never feels like she has to say anything. We're just in the zone. Like she likes to go fishing a lot, and whenever I'd hang out with her in the past in the US, we'd go out to some fishing holes, and we just sit there and not really talk about too many things, or like whenever we do talk, it's about deep, deep stuff because that's how I am. I hate small talk. I'm always about like let's get really deep into this. It's my Scorpio-ness, and I also have all three water signs to my chart, so I'm very much about the feels of things. And I'm an emotional manifester too. So it's like that stuff matters. Um,
Yeah. I
and
have a reflector in the business. She's not in my business, but we're in the same business. And she let me run her chart, and that's how I found out she was a reflector. And oh my gosh, she just takes on, she's like an ever ready bunny. She just doesn't know, you know
yeah,
what I mean? And then my niece, my brother, she works for my brother and they build $1 million homes. And she's like the main person who shouldn't be.
right.
And she's just running every end of the spectrum. And I can't believe she hasn't burnt out yet. She's in her late 30s, but it's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that's not something sustainable in any way. I feel like she's held together by shoestrings and chewing gum at this point. It's
She is. She truly is. And my brother's very, I mean, it's his daughter, but when it's business, it's business. And he just can be, and my brother is a generator.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a man. I think he might be a manifesting generator. But anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, I can sense a lot of things
Mm.
that I've always doubted. And then I really learned to um, feel through those senses and give myself some time to feel through it a little bit more. And then it's like I get these hits you know, like I'm going to go to the grocery store and then it says, no, don't go yet. Make this call. And I do, or I'm going to get a call and I get a call. So it's just different. It's just, I can sense things and sometimes I don't believe what I'm sensing. And then this whole crap stuff with
Oh,
these
yeah.
people in my life, I thought maybe I'm being too hard. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe, and it's just like every time I would see, that's why I took myself off Facebook and all of the channels and stuff because every time I would see them, it would just come back all over again. And I had to walk myself out of it. And I kept myself very quiet. I only would talk a little bit because someone would bring up those people's personalities and I would kind of engage in that conversation. But
Yeah.
I'm a closed book. I don't really,
I get you
I hold
guys.
it all.
I think
Mhm.
manifestors can really, we're in a unique position to really understand what it's like to be a projector to the best that we can. I mean, you guys know what it's like better than anybody else, but I think I really get that. There's a lot that we can relate with. It's a different dynamic for sure, right? Because it's like you're kind of reliant upon society. You need to plug in. So I can really empathize with you about how important that is to figure out how you're going to navigate that. But for me, it's like I check out and I'm like, fuck them, and that's all I need to do. And,
I'd love to have that. I get there, but it takes me a long time because I'm sitting here trying to,
right.
you know what I'm doing. I don't need to tell you, but
Yeah. But it's like
yeah.
you still need something to springboard off of. And that's where the generators, maybe I'm biased against generators a little bit. I have met some amazing generators, but those out of the box, like factory mindset, they drive me insane. They just, I get why they're doing what they're doing, but they have like one of my curses or blessings as well is like I'm a million steps ahead. And it's like, okay, how am I going to convince these people? And then all the energy that I have to put into trying to convince them. And I don't have that generator chugga 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 chugga. I don't have that like coal engine at the core, you know.
You're brief and be gone to a certain degree.
Yeah. Well, I also
Maybe.
have my channels are all open for
Oh,
my
wow.
root. Well, I've got an empty head. I've got the heart. I've got the filled in heart, filled in spleen, so I'm good with timing. I'm really good at sensing like good timing with stuff. I'm good at like if I was a kung fu master, I could become like a Jackie Chan or a Bruce Lee, I think. I can really sense like now. Or like in Star Wars, first episode with Luke, when Obi-Wan is like, Luke, trust in the Force when he takes the Death Star down and he like makes that electronic thing like go back and he just senses exactly when he needs to fire the proton torpedo. It's like that kind of thing. Um, but everything else is pretty much empty. I've got the emotional center, obviously, because that's my uh, that's what runs me. Or and then I think I have
So
nothing.
do you know what phases you do in your emotional solar plex? Because there are different phases. There are, you know,
Like
I
my
don't know. There's
oh, I'm sure you could. I don't think I know at the moment. Let me think if I can jar my brain with that. Um,
my mhm. My daughters are projectors and they only have the will center and their emotional solar plex. And I have been, well, they're 26 now, my twins. They're moved out of the house and everything, but they don't listen to mom, of course, and I'm just foo-foo and whatever, but they're gonna burn out.
they're
They're
projectors.
gonna burn out. Yeah, projectors with a will center. So they do have some sort of energy.
So they're like one manifestors. My father is a manifester with no will center.
Mm.
It's the only chart I've ever seen like that. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense because he's lived his whole life as a generator. And to him, that's the only way to be. And I've been rubbing up against him forever. And I look like
I
him.
live with a generator. We're
Okay.
not married. We've been together 21 years, but and he's brilliant. He's probably out and watching something, but I hate to say he's brilliant when he can hear me, but I'm just kidding. But um he's an engineer at heart. His whole career was farming. He just is smart and he needs to work down all of his energy before he can lay down and go to bed. So if he does this scroll roll, I'm like, what are you doing every day at night?
That's what
Well,
she does.
there's nothing on, huh?
She's constantly doing that. I just thought it was a Gen Z thing because she's Gen Z. I'm a millennial. And it's also a Philippines thing too, because people are on their phone 24/7 here, literally.
I used to be, and I'm not, and I'm better for it because, and maybe it's because I had to take myself off the grid to heal myself with all the stuff that was coming at me and not really talking about it and with only in the privacy of like Margot and now you and because I just don't air myself because you
Well,
know.
you push people away by nature, but you can do all that you want with me. It doesn't bother me because I don't have that type of absorbing aura. So I get it, but it's also like, a lot of times people won't understand that when you talk about, like we're having this conversation, it's like I'm talking about my experiences, then you're talking about your experiences. I think we both have a mutual understanding that neither of us are really trying to say, "Hey, look at me. I need to take power in the conversation." We're adding to each other. We're building to each other, but not everybody takes it as that, especially generation.
Right.
They don't like that. They take it the
Oh,
wrong way.
I know.
So,
Yes,
as you
I
were
agree.
talking off grid and stuff, I saw orgonite, like pyramids and stuff. You ever gotten into that?
Oh, is that, I think I took that test. Is it a test for that?
No,
What do they call that?
it's like a technology. We don't have any here. I have all of mine in the US, I believe.
Is
Orgonite,
it a pyramid?
they're usually
Pyramid?
pyramids. They're like made out of epoxy, but they put
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen them. I've seen them.
cloud.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. I actually am really attracted to um what is this? The black oh,
Shungite.
shungite. Yes, I wear shungite. I have a thing that I bought from Margot. It goes on my strap underneath my shirt. And then I wear shungite bracelets. I just protect myself because there's so many energy vampires, you know?
Yeah, shungite is awesome. It restructures too. So it helps you
Yeah.
literally by
It
wearing.
it what?
It helps you detoxify literally by wearing it. In the US, when I had access to bathtubs, I would always put a shungite tumble into my Epsom baths, and it like supercharges it. You should try that. Just put a little bit of shungite in the water with you and bless it. You probably don't even need to bless it, but you can just say like, "Thank you, universe. I so much appreciate you, water. I love you." And it's gonna like
Hmm,
supercharge that blessing. Give it a try.
that's a good tip. Yeah, I will. Thank you. That's a good tip.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well, I really appreciate this. I really do. And
let's set up a time for
so we're yeah, let's set that time up. So IKEA and I are at 9 a.m. and you said 11?
2:11. With me for my schedule, I require payment to get on it. Do you want
Okay.
to do that now? Or how much time are you thinking here? Because
Well,
we'll get to the
you
half.
said it was in half if you can use my story, so I would probably do that. I don't know. Can you send me the price range again?
Yeah. It's 325 for 15 minutes. 30 minutes is 550. And then an hour is 700. So if you wanted the hour, it'd be 350. If you wanted the 30 minutes, it would be 275. And then if you wanted 15 minutes, it'd be 162, 163.
So you broke those down in half, right?
Yeah.
So 30 minutes, the half price is 275. 15 minutes, half price is 162, and the 550 half price is what?
The 550 is, I'll just give you a quote for the half off for you. So if you want an hour, it's half of 700, which is 350, right?
Mhm.
350 for an hour.
Mhm.
And then for 30 minutes, it's 275. And then for 15 minutes, it's 162.
Okay. Well, I will work on that. And then before we do that, you want payment through Venmo, right?
Yeah, please. So my Venmo is, do you want me just to send you? Is it easier?
Yeah, would you? Yep.
What are you thinking? You want like half an hour, hour? It could easily go longer. I don't have anybody after you that particular day, so I can also do this if you want. Um, and usually most people that I offer this, they end up getting more time anyway. So if you want to like give it a try for 30 minutes, And then we'll set a timer after 30 minutes is up. I'll gauge you and I'll say, hey, you want to keep going? Is there anything else that you want to keep doing? Or do you feel like this is sufficient? And if you want to call it a day, we'll call it a day. Or if you want more time, just send me um, the difference of what that would be. I won't double charge like 2 30-minute sessions. I do that for people, especially if it's the first time you do it with me. Um,
So, so it's 275 for 30 minutes.
hmm.
And then if we get through that 30 minutes, you're saying that you would ask if you want to keep going, and then you would do, what would that cost, you said?
So that would be, let's do the math. So it would be 350 for a full hour and then minus 275. So it asks for 75 more. That's it.
So 275 plus 75. Okay. Well, I will think about that and we will go from there. So just send me that in your text message or the messenger. That's probably the best. And then I'm excited. I really am.
Cool. Yeah, me too.
I really believe that the conversation this morning, you hit on some spots that deep down I've been feeling.
Yeah, I really felt it
So,
too. That's why I felt like I had to reach out to you, and especially as a manifester, because I know that you need to be invited, and I know that I need to take the initiative. So I was like, I think she's going to
mhm.
do that. Other people, I might, have a different approach to it or whatnot. I do ask though, that after I send you this request on Venmo, please try to pay it within 24 hours to lock it in. The reason I do this is it keeps my schedule clean so that I don't have to like rearrange a whole lot of people. Because before I used to do it where it's just like, okay, pay me up until like the day of the session or whatever. And I have a lot of people, you know, if they don't commit to it right away, they're just like, they'll shuffle it around and then it wastes everybody's time. So I just respectfully ask that once I send it, try to pay it within a day or so, and that'll lock in your time, and then I can keep it for you.
So it's a scheduling thing. Yep, I get it.
Cool. Well, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Awesome talking with you,
Yeah.
Julie.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I will write down some of my human design info and
Yeah.
where I'm, I have a lot of open spaces, obviously. I have a few that are my spleen is, so we have that in common. My throat is.
Yeah, I forgot about that. My throat also. I can tell that.
Yeah, so I'll do that and then kind of my astrology where I am sitting with that stuff too.
Cool. We'll frame it in that. It's a good language to use. I always tell everybody it doesn't matter if I pull cards, if I, use astrology. Some people want Chinese astrology, which I also read. That's a little bit more of my forte, but I know quite a bit of Western astrology as well, since it's what normally a lot of people want to talk about, or I don't even need to use anything at all. I literally,
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter. I just more for you to understand how I'm kind of framed, you know,
oh,
and you can just do whatever you feel is the way to go.
cool. We'll blend it all together. We'll see.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And
Likewise.
you guys have a wonderful day.
Yeah, wonderful day to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And this is recorded, right? So you'll send me the recording?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good nuggets in this too.
There is. And I look forward to going and listening to it again because you don't always, when you're in the moment.
Absolutely. That's precisely the reason I do this. And even the fact that Margot brought, or that you brought up the whole vegetarian needs to eat me thing, I had completely, that's just out. In order for me to work well, I have to literally have an open mind so that it comes through and then I leave it. And I have no weight or no burden to it. And I kind of have to do that. I learned that
Well,
early.
it changed my life, but it was something that gave me that push to say, yeah, Julie, let's get back to meat eating, And I immediately, as soon as I got off the phone with her, I went to the refrigerator, pulled it out, had a piece of, the roast that I had made for him, and I took that and I chewed it, and I honestly, I've never felt anything like it in my life. I felt my whole body, and I was in the house. My whole body was connected to the earth. It was euphoric. It was just
It,
bizarre.
people need to honor and appreciate the death that gives us life. And even if you're a vegetarian, you have to kill those plants to eat them also. Nothing
Right.
wants
Right.
to die necessarily, but you have to honor it and respect it. And, everybody's different. Health is that thing where it's not a one size fits all. There's some people that need to be vegetarian. They're going to be way better off. And there's some people that need to be carnivores, literally, and it's better for them. Even if they eat plants, it's going to be toxic. So it's like we need to honor that everybody is on this like huge spectrum and kind of respect that in general. I've always kind of seen it that way because I've had my mind blown on my health journey alone in trying to figure stuff out.
Mhm.
'Cause I was going
Mhm.
nuts, so like researching, and then I studied epigenetics and I learned epigenetics. I worked for an epigeneticist for a while, so I learned a lot about gene expression and different alleles and what sort of environmental triggers will happen, what sort of genetic predispositions people have with different metabolic pathways and things like that. So I really looked at the working parts of the Rubik's Cube as well. But inevitably, that led me to the spiritual path anyway. So,
Something's got to get you there.
yeah. So, I mean, I could talk forever with you, but I do got to get going. But I'll see you on Thursday, yeah, after Ica, and I'll send you that request now. So, have
And that's 11 a.m. Okay.
so you have a good day, and I'll have a good night.
You you have a good day. You have a good night. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Margot is everything she said you guys were. So I'm so excited. Yeah,
We loved Margot dearly too. So
we do too. Yeah. She's a sweet soul.
she's rolling, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you have a great night and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
I look forward to the recording so I can go and listen again.
Is it okay if we repurpose some of it? Like if there's some good stuff in there that Ica can
Absolutely.
well,
Absolutely. Yep. I'm that person. I'm like, whatever, hits me listening, I'm going to write my notes and then I'll just compare my notes with what my takeaway was.
absolutely sounds great. All right.
All right.
Soon.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.